The year is 2025, a year that many hoped would bring change, progress, and perhaps a respite from the relentless challenges of the past. Yet, some things remain stubbornly the same. Wildfires, a sadly familiar sight in California, once again dominate headlines. The Golden State, known for its scenic beauty and vibrant culture, finds itself grappling with the devastating force of nature. The flames, fierce and unyielding, consume everything in their path, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. Images of burning hillsides and smoke-filled skies flash across our screens, a stark reminder of nature's power. The once clear blue skies are now choked with thick dark smoke, casting an eerie glow over the landscape. The relentless advance of the fire, driven by strong winds and dry conditions, seems almost unstoppable. Yet amidst these scenes of destruction, a different kind of firestorm erupts, this one fueled by the British media. As the flames rage on, another narrative begins to take shape, one that shifts the focus from the environmental catastrophe to a more sensational story. The cause, the proximity of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, to the unfolding disaster. Their Montecito home, nestled in the picturesque hills of California, becomes a focal point for the media frenzy. Almost instinctively, a segment of the British press leaps to weave a narrative of drama and displacement around the Sussexes. Stories are crafted with a mix of speculation and sensationalism, painting a picture of imminent danger and upheaval. Headlines scream of their supposed plight, hinting at danger and chaos. Words like evacuation and crisis are splashed across the front pages, creating a sense of urgency and alarm. This, despite the fact that the fires rage miles away from their Montecito home. The actual threat to their safety is minimal, yet the narrative crafted by the media suggests otherwise. This despite the fact that their safety is not in question. The tranquil scenes of Montecito stand in stark contrast to the dramatic headlines, highlighting the disconnect between reality and the media portrayal. The narrative, however, has been set in motion. The media frenzy continues, with each new story adding fuel to the fire. The focus shifts from the real victims of the wildfires, the people and wildlife directly affected, to a manufactured drama involving the Sussexes. In the end, the true tragedy of the wildfires is overshadowed by a sensationalized narrative, leaving us to question the role of the media in shaping public perception. To understand the media's eagerness to place the Sussexes at the heart of the crisis, one must first understand the geography. Montecito, the coastal haven the couple call home, sits a good 90 miles north of Los Angeles, where the wildfires primarily rage. This distance, significant in normal times, becomes even more pronounced when one considers the vastness of the Californian landscape. Montecito, with its rolling hills and ocean views, is a world away from the bustling metropolis of LA. It is a place of peace, a sanctuary chosen by the Sussexes for its tranquility and distance from the relentless glare of the spotlight. Yet, the British media, it seems, cannot resist the urge to pierce this bubble, to project their own anxieties and narratives onto the couple's Californian idol. The Sussexes' home, a sprawling estate known as the Chateau of Riven Rock, speaks volumes about their aspirations for a life away from the public eye. Nestled within a gated community, the property boasts 9 bedrooms, a swimming pool, a tennis court, and sprawling gardens. It's a far cry from the goldfish bowl of Kensington Palace, a place where they can finally breathe. More than just a luxurious residence, the Montecito estate is a sanctuary where Archie and Lilibet can experience a childhood denied to their father. It's a place where Harry can find solace in the Californian sunshine, miles away from the paparazzi's lenses and the relentless scrutiny of the British tabloid press. It's a testament to their resilience, their determination to build a life on their own terms. Section 4. The Sussexes in the crosshairs, when every story becomes a Sussex story. In recent years, the British media landscape has been dominated by a singular narrative: the lives of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Their every move, every decision, and every word is scrutinized, dissected, and sensationalized. This relentless focus has turned them into the central figures of countless stories, often overshadowing more pressing issues. The wildfire narrative is but the latest example of a recurring theme. When wildfires ravaged California, the media found a way to link the Sussexes to the disaster, despite their tenuous connection. Headlines screamed about their proximity to the fires, overshadowing the real victims and the environmental crisis at hand. The British media, particularly a select group of tabloids, seem unable to resist inserting the Sussexes into any story, no matter how tenuous the link. This obsession isn't just about selling papers, it's about feeding a public appetite for scandal and drama. The Sussexes have become the go-to figures for generating clicks and views, their names synonymous with controversy. Whether it's a natural disaster, a political debate, or a global pandemic, the Sussexes are somehow woven into the narrative. Their actions and statements are analysed to the point of absurdity, often detracting from the core issues at hand. This constant association serves to keep them in the public eye, but at what cost? Or even a light-hearted celebrity anecdote, the Sussexes are inevitably dragged into the fray. Their presence is felt in stories that have little to do with them, a testament to the media's fixation. This relentless coverage has turned their lives into a public spectacle, where every smile, frown, and gesture is open to interpretation. The Sussexes are inevitably dragged into the fray, their names splashed across headlines designed to generate clicks and outrage. This sensationalism isn't just about reporting the news, it's about creating a narrative that keeps readers hooked. The media's portrayal of the Sussexes often borders on the fantastical, blurring the lines between fact and fiction, their names splashed across headlines designed to generate clicks and outrage. This obsession borders on the pathological. It's a cycle of constant coverage, where the Sussexes are both the protagonists and the antagonists of their own story. The media's fixation reveals a deeper issue, a society that thrives on the downfall of public figures. This obsession borders on the pathological. It speaks to a deep-seated resentment towards the couple's decision to step back from royal life to forge their own path. Their choice to prioritize their mental health and personal happiness has been met with both admiration and scorn, reflecting the polarized views of the public. It speaks to a deep-seated resentment towards the couple's decision to step back from royal life to forge their own path. This resentment is often masked as concern or criticism, but at its core it reveals a discomfort with change. The Sussexes' departure from traditional royal duties challenges long-held beliefs about duty, loyalty, and the role of the monarchy to forge their own path. Their journey has been one of self-discovery and reinvention, a quest to find a balance between public duty and personal freedom. In Montecito, they have sought a semblance of normalcy away from the relentless scrutiny of the British press. Yet even in their new life, they remain a focal point of media attention. It reveals a reluctance to let go, to accept that the Sussexes, despite their royal connections, are entitled to a life free from constant scrutiny and judgment. This reluctance is rooted in a fear of the unknown, a resistance to change. The media's portrayal of the Sussexes often reflects broader societal anxieties about shifting norms and values. To accept that the Sussexes, despite their royal connections, are entitled to a life free from constant scrutiny and judgment. Their story is a reminder that public figures, no matter how famous, are human beings with their own struggles and aspirations. The media's relentless focus on the Sussexes serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of a voyeuristic society, are entitled to a life free from constant scrutiny and judgment. As they navigate their new life, the Sussexes continue to be a symbol of resilience and change. Their journey is far from over, and their story will undoubtedly continue to captivate and inspire. But perhaps, in time, the media will learn to respect their boundaries and allow them the space to live their lives on their own terms. Section 5. A shared reality, wildfires and the Californian experience. What the British media often fails to grasp is that wildfires are, sadly, a part of life in California. These fires are not just isolated incidents, but a recurring phenomenon that shapes the lives of millions. The dry, hot climate, combined with strong winds, creates the perfect conditions for these fires to ignite and spread rapidly. This is a reality that Californians have come to accept, albeit with a heavy heart. Every year, residents brace themselves for the dry season, for the inevitable news reports and the smell of smoke in the air. The anticipation of wildfires is almost as stressful as the fires themselves. Families prepare emergency kits, schools conduct fire drills, and communities organize evacuation plans. It's a season marked by vigilance and readiness, where the air is thick with both smoke and a sense of foreboding. This is not to diminish the very real danger and devastation these fires cause. Homes are lost, lives are disrupted, and the environment suffers immensely. The aftermath of a wildfire is a stark reminder of nature's power and the fragility of human life. The charred remains of forests and neighborhoods stand as silent witnesses to the destruction that has occurred. Rather, it is to highlight the resilience of Californians, their ability to come together and support one another in times of need. In the face of such adversity, communities band together, showing incredible strength and solidarity. Volunteers distribute supplies, neighbors help each other rebuild, and local organizations provide essential services. This spirit of unity and cooperation is what helps Californians endure the wildfire season year after year. This shared experience extends to everyone who calls California home, celebrities included. The threat of wildfires does not discriminate. It affects everyone, regardless of status or wealth. Celebrities, often seen as distant figures, become part of the community, sharing in the collective effort to overcome the challenges posed by wildfires. Their involvement brings attention to the issue and often helps mobilize resources for relief efforts. Oprah Winfrey, a resident of Montecito, has spoken openly about the challenges of living with the threat of wildfires. Her experiences highlight the constant vigilance required and the emotional toll it takes. Oprah's voice adds a personal dimension to the broader narrative, reminding us that the impact of wildfires is deeply personal and far-reaching. Gwyneth Paltrow, another Californian resident, experienced the fear and uncertainty of evacuating her home during a previous fire. Her story is one of many that illustrate the immediate danger and the difficult decisions that must be made in the face of a wildfire. The act of leaving one's home not knowing what will be left upon return is a harrowing experience shared by many Californians. The Sussexes, far from being immune to these realities, are now part of this community, sharing in its challenges and its triumphs. Their presence in California brings additional attention to the issue of wildfires, highlighting the need for ongoing support and preparedness. As they interact with community members and participate in local efforts, they too become part of the resilient fabric that defines the Californian experience.